Welcome back everybody. So today I'm back with my 2003 Jaguar S-Type R, and one of the jobs I've been meaning to do now that it's stopped raining is to look at this trim, this exterior window finisher just on the rear driver's side or the rear off side. I don't know if that's going to come out too well on camera, but it's starting to come away from the main body of the trim. It's quite loose as well. I can move that with my hand, and it's just not sitting very flush with the rest of the trim or the door. Now, having done a bit of research concerning this, it would seem that in warmer climates where there's more sun than the UK perhaps, you park your S-Type up in the same place maybe every day, and the sun will shine, and because this is black it will attract the heat, and the theory goes that basically the sun will expand and contract this, and over time it could be strong enough to perhaps warp it or even get it so warm that the fasteners, the little white fasteners, of which I believe there are 8 fasteners dotted along this trim, they can crack and the trim can just start coming away from the door, which is what is happening in this case. Let me just see if I can get a better angle. You can see here, hopefully you can see here how that's kind of moving. So what I intend to do is remove this, and the process for removal, I'll just get my camera around, I'll show you the tools I've got invoked here. I'm going to use this, looks rather aggressive, but this putty knife to get under the trim. I've also got to go and release a 9mm bolt. In this packet I've got some 1/4 inch double-sided 3M tape, because that's going to be required. That holds on the trim as well. And these, they're tiny, aren't they? I've got 10 of these. These are the little plastic clips that reside holding the trim on. Just come around here, you should be able to see there's the 9mm bolt just holding on this weather guard strip, but also the trim. So 9mm up there and the trim here. You can just see how loose that's really become. It's a better angle. So what I'll do is I'll release this 9mm bolt first, and then I'll start to just get that putty knife under here, gently move my way, and hopefully I should be able to pop each of the 8 white clips that are behind this finisher, and then that should allow me to release this trim. So looking at this, here's the original securing clip. There's a little bit of black plastic, black tack in here. You can see all of these clips here are completely broken. That's kind of not unexpected. I guess if I then come and have a look at the actual, you can see here that someone's attempted to use black tack or something similar as a replacement for the broken clips, which actually explains why this wasn't fitting too well. These ones here which we'll need to use to refit this. So what I'm going to do next is just remove the black tack silicone that's been used to bodge this, get it cleaned up a little bit, and then we'll return to the car, clean up around here a little bit. It's a bit dirty. I need to extract using probably some needle nose pliers or similar. I'll need to extract these old clips as well. I've removed the rubbery plasticky trim that fits on the finisher around the curve of the window, and what I'm going to do, it's a little bit worn around here, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to clean it up using some prep aerosol with degreasant in it, and then I'm actually going to take the opportunity to paint it with some special plastic aerosol paint. So just in here I've masked up a table, and although this is not labelled, this 10041 Eastwood prep solution, I'll spray that onto here and then clean it up. And finally I'm going to use this. It's Eastwood plastic resurfacer. It's matte black, and I'm going to have a go with just putting a layer of that on top here, and hopefully that will just brighten up a little bit. Okay, so I've sprayed the finisher there, black trim finisher, and I'm going to leave that for a while just to dwell and flash off. Well, I won't lie, it wasn't easy getting these clips out. Pretty much brute force to try and get these out, but you can see they are now actually out. Just following it down along the window line here. I've taken the opportunity to clean out the surrounding edge with some all-purpose cleaner. What I'll need to do now is just touch in some of the scratches, particularly this one here. That's a hell of a job trying to get that clip out. I had to literally crush it. So I'll touch up with some touch-up paint and let that dry, and also around here as well, just so there's no risk of any corrosion coming back in once I've refitted the trim rail. So I've just finished drying out the rubber plastic trim here and just lined it up against the trim rail. I'm quite pleased with that. It's not perfect by any means, but it certainly looks a little bit more consistent than what it did prior to being painted. I just gave it the one coat. That seems to have dried out quite nicely, and I'm pretty pleased because around here it is really faded and quite damaged in terms of the finish, so that's now gone. So now all I need to do is just reattach it to this rail. Plastic clips into these holes. You'll notice that I've touch some of these bits up, particularly where there's scratches and marks, and I'll then be able to offer up the trim, and this should just pop in, which is a much more satisfactory fit than previous. So I've just ended up putting a bit of 3M tape around here, so what I can now do is offer up this bit of trim, stick it on, and then hopefully we should be good to offer up this whole piece to the car. I've actually offered up the clips onto the car because I was having a difficulty trying to get them lined up. I think this is the proper way to do it. I just need to be mindful of the lip here with the seal, make sure that I can get a decent gap there. Also here as well. Just going to be a little bit challenging, I think, with this bit here, with part of the rail, just trying to get it so that it clips in okay. I may drop the window to see what I can do on that, and also this bit as well. So this is how the left-hand passenger side, or the near side rear, is looking. You can see here that it's got a pretty good finish at the front, at the top here, shall I say. Following it all the way around. All the way around. You can see here's a really good finish here. But notice how the trim here is I don't know if that's coming out right, but notice how that's weathered and gone a bit discoloured. That's how the other side was looking. So this is the driver's side, the right hand side, driver's side, or off side. This now had the trim refitted, so that big gap that was running along here is now fully disappeared, which is really good news. This is how it should look running along here. If I come round, you'll see where I repainted this. I'm pretty pleased that's come up. It's not perfect, but it's come up with a matte finish and doesn't show up the rest of the trim too badly. If I come around here though, I haven't been able to quite get this flush. It's still better than what it was, and you can see if you look around here, it's kind of just comes out a little bit and you can push it a little bit. I think it's just a bit of a challenge because I think the bottom trim has kind of come up a little bit, so it's quite difficult to get it finished. But this trim is very secure. It's not being held on by black tack or anything like that anymore. It's using the proper clips, which I'm really pleased about. So job's a good one. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comments below and I'll do my best to try and answer them. If you like the video, please consider giving it a like, and if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing for plenty of content and more coming along very soon. Thanks a lot.